Okay, so welcome to this module, which is going to be focusing on nutrition, exercise, and blocking factors to achieving results. And a results approach cares about one thing: which plan do you need to follow to get results? It doesn't care about a single methodology, it doesn't care about one guru because you like him a lot, it doesn't care about the ideology of it, it's talking about results. And this is the key thing. It's fine to believe in a certain method and approach, but you can't be tied to this methodology, because the way nutrition works, we are individuals. So if your body isn't suited to that methodology, your mind may be, but if your body's not, then we're going to have troubles. Likewise, the body is adaptive, so it adapts and changes based on what you do to it. So if you're again tied to the methodology but will not give it any leeway, then if your body changes, you're going to run into trouble in that sense as well. So it's all just about, again, I don't know how much you follow the nutrition world, but you sort of get these guys who just become so evangelical about following a certain way, and they're so passionate. The reason this comes about is because with nutrition there's a lot of fear underneath it. So basically a lot of people fear for their health, so they're scared of getting this, they're scared of going wrong. So then they believe in nutrition as the way to solve it, which is very true. It certainly can. So as a result, this fear drives powerful beliefs, because the idea is, if their belief that this nutrition plan wasn't 100% right, then if that's not true, then they've got the fear of health going wrong in the future. And it's this underlying fear that produces such evangelical beliefs about nutrition. And all they do is get in the way of you getting results. It's good to have beliefs, it's good to study, but it's not good in the nutrition field to be solely tied to one methodology. So the two bigger when we talk about fundamentals of exercise adherence is the biggest problem. Is doing it week in, week out for the next X years. And the two biggest killers of exercise that I found in my experience are the two thoughts: that exercise has to have a minimum time, or exercise has to have a minimum amount of effort. Once I discovered these personally for myself, I would question if I've missed more than a handful of sessions in X amount of years. Because you work out that 95% of the time, these are the two issues. So what people have done is they've set themselves a minimum time of worthiness of exercise. For you, it might be 40 minutes, it might be an hour. No point in me going to the gym and I have to get a 90-minute session done. I meet so many people who tell me that. But if I had to have a minimum 90-minute gym session, I'd probably make it once a month. It's a ghastly thought. Yes, sometimes I'll spend 90 minutes in the gym, but in general, I can be out of there in 30 minutes, 40 minutes, or so forth. And I work around gyms, so you can imagine what it's like for a normal person who's got to trek there with their luggage, get changed, get into it. I don't train at peak hours. Train at peak hours with the crowds. This minimum time of exercise is a bit of a killer, because what will happen is, when you're sitting there on that sofa at work, ready to go to exercise, you're going to ask yourself, oh no, I haven't got 40 minutes to go to the gym. Well, that's not the thing. Have I got 20 minutes to go to the gym? Yes, we'll do it. But then it jumps in your head, oh no, there's no point going over for 20 minutes. Which is absolute rubbish, because I can